Hello and welcome to the Yet to Be Named podcast. I'm Anthony.
I am Dre Santos, and we are officially starting season 2 tonight.
Season 2.
Can you believe it?
No.
Season 2.
Dude,
holy cow.
Only TV shows do this.
It feels like season 1 is like a decade ago.
Yeah, time flew by, man.
Yeah, we've been gone for a month, and we've been
Wait,
enjoying
really? Has it been that long?
Yeah, a month. It's been a month. Maybe a little bit more than a month. But we've been enjoying our time off. Anthony went off to Europe to do a little trip there.
Yes. Amazing.
I went through Asia, some Asian countries.
So we kind of did the opposite.
Yeah, I know. Completely opposite parts of the world.
I went bougie.
And Leo stayed at home posting memes.
Yes, he had a good time, you know. He had a journey between memes.
But yeah, as you can tell, it's not only a new season, we have a new logo, we have a new studio, and we don't have Leo anymore. It is just Anthony and I. It felt a little bit weird saying the welcome and not having a third person there.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, Leo, you there? No, that wasn't him.
It was like creak, 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 creak.
Yeah.
It felt kind of empty.
Yeah. I need revival.
But anyways, with season 2, that means that we are going to have now guests. And our first guest of the season, drum roll please. Anthony, please introduce our first guest.
All right. So this guest is a very close friend of ours.
You can hear him now.
He's a great person, awesome personality. You know, if I could connect him to something, he's got to be a teddy bear.
A teddy bear.
Yeah, he's just nice and cuddly.
I just say a grizzly bear. Because
Grizzly.
Grizzly bears, they look cuddly, but if you mess with them, they'll fuck you up.
I don't know if I've ever looked at a grizzly bear and was like, man, I want to cuddle with them.
2 minutes and a half into the podcast, the first episode of the podcast, and I'm already cursing. This is going to be a good season.
Yeah, it's a great season. But he's a close friend of ours. We met him at church, and he loves to be in conversations. We've had so many like crazy conversations with him where it kind of got so deep where we're just like, yeah, man. Yeah. And then you just don't say anything else because there's nothing else to say. But his name is Marquinhos. So introducing my friend Marquinhos.
Marcos.
Welcome,
yes.
Marcos
Marcos.
Alves.
Marcos
Alves.
It's fine. Only my true friends call me Marquinhos. Although I'm going to change my name legally now to the Grizzly Blair Witch.
Blair Witch.
The Grizzly
Blair Witch.
The Blair Witch.
Marquinhos, how are you, man?
I'm spectacular, guys. This is
amazing.
It is so good to have you here on the podcast.
Thanks, man.
Thanks
for having me.
I think you came to just watch things. Was it the second episode? The first episode?
It was sometime in the beginning. Yeah,
it was right in the
at some
beginning.
point. It was still in not here.
Yes, it was in Anthony's room.
Much crappier studio.
Yeah.
It was in a very small space.
Yeah, still figuring stuff out. But significant improvements. This is great, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Only for our guests.
you do know why we did this.
I don't.
Because of you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Marquinhos is going to be our first guest.
Just
we need
for me.
We need to revamp
I
things.
forbid you from having any future guests then.
Thank you.
All right.
So Marquinhos will come back next week.
Perfect.
And then we
Actually, cancel them all.
Yes.
Cancel all of them.
All we want is Marquinhos.
All right, perfect.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to?
Yeah. What
Dude,
do you do?
I've been working like a cheap pack mule. Just got back from Brazil recently. Dude, so much has been going on lately. Honestly, people ask me that question, and I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Like, I feel like the last, maybe 2 years since the beginning of 2018 have like flown by, and so much has gone on, so much has happened.
3 big things that happened in the past 2 years.
3 big things.
Three big things.
I got married.
Yes.
Oh, snap.
Having a baby girl.
Oh,
November,
snap.
Man.
Oh, my God.
And we're looking at buying a house.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
I know, right?
Dude,
That's
the
one
loads.
hell of a 2 years.
And let me just clarify: we're far from actually buying a house. we're looking
It's
around.
like we're gonna be homeowners in the near far future.
Yeah, it was funny. We were talking to a few friends, me and Gabby, and he's from Texas.
Yeah.
And I said, no, we're very seriously considering moving to Texas. And she looks over and she's like, what? No, we're not. What are you talking about? But
would you move to Texas?
have you seen prices down there?
Have you seen the shootings down there?
Have you seen how many people carry guns?
No, but like
got
seriously
facts,
though,
though.
seriously
It is
though,
a Republican's wet dream down there.
bro. Like if you're going to live in the United States, now you have to literally research how many shootings in your state have happened in the past 5 years to make sure that your place is somewhat
You know
safe.
where
I was
they-
thinking about that the other day.
Oh,
You know
we're
where
good
they,
in
you know where they have
Massachusetts, then.
almost none?
Where?
New Hampshire.
I'm going to New Hampshire then.
New
Wait.
Hampshire's incredible.
There's some in Massachusetts.
I wouldn't be surprised. Although a lot of the mass shootings don't really.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
no,
was-
actually,
remember we researched about this a couple
probably
of years
in
ago,
the
and we saw that
Yeah.
mass shootings also include gang crimes
Right,
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
right. And like school shootings include like a kid who committed suicide on school property. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah. You know, there
Which
there
is
was,
tragic nonetheless because this is on the internet.
Yeah.
So
Yes, so we're
to
not
friggin' clarify everything.
I know.
We're
But
not
there-
glassy over the fact that this is pretty tragic.
Yeah.
But no. But it got to a point where that
Yeah.
is something that you kind of have to think about.
Yeah,
No,
It's
absolutely.
like, where am I moving? How many mass shootings have happened in this vicinity?
Yeah. Well, how many have happened in Texas though? I haven't. I
Well,
only,
so
I only
far
heard of
in the
this,
past like
this one
2
recent
months,
one.
two.
Recent
Two.
ones. Okay.
Where?
Yeah. Two, both in Texas. I don't know where, bro.
Oh,
Both
was
at
it?
Walmart's. Two of them were at Walmart.
Yeah, but that's Walmart.
Jesus Christ.
Don't look
No,
at this
wasn't-
Walmart. Close
wasn't-
your ears.
Wasn't one in Colorado?
Well, yeah, I don't know, but I know that in the past like
Dayton.
2 months, Dayton's in Texas.
No,
Yeah,
it's in Ohio.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I think you're getting things mixed up,
Geography
mate.
is not our strong suit here. But
Apparently,
But my
get him outside of the United States, he'll be good.
very true.
But Marquis,
Yeah.
I must ask you a question.
Ask me anything.
The question.
What is purpose?
What is?
What is purpose?
This is really.
Yeah.
This was.
This is not the question.
was-
This is not the
This is
question.
not what we planned on.
What is purpose? Tell me.
That I honestly.
not a
don't-
real
Yeah, you
question.
couldn't have
Just-
asked me a more subjective question.
But I want to hear you.
Purpose
Purpose. What is purpose?
is what gets you out of bed in the morning, which is what we friggin' planned to talk about.
So, what gets you out of...
No, hold on. But
Oh,
answer me
God,
the
what do you
question.
mean, hold on?
What is purpose? When you think of, I wanted to get you by surprise, and which I did.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, there you go. But like when you think of that word, purpose, what comes to your mind?
Maybe it's just because of the way that I was raised,
Okay.
and everything is related back to God.
Mhm.
But when I think the word purpose, I think God. But at the same time, like I think the word water, and I think about God. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And anything, you guys know, being raised Christian, it anything can be related back to God.
Yeah.
So you think about water, and it's in three forms, and you think about the Trinity. Anything can be. There's a sermon in almost anything. You know what I mean? So maybe
Yeah, you can learn.
maybe it's because of my faith, but
Mhm.
that's the first thing I think of when I think of the word purpose.
Mhm.
Think of God.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Was that a question or a statement?
No. You think of God. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
reiterating what you said.
Yeah.
He wants to clarify.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wait,
so
what'd
I'm
you
like-
say?
so
I'm like
that-
waiting
so
for you to
after-
build on that.
So, anyways, what? So, when at first you said what gets you out of bed. So,
Yeah.
what like literally what gets you out of bed? Why
alarm
do you
clock.
get out of the? So that's what pulls your sheets and
No, if
pushes
something
you
pulls
to.
my sheets, we have a bigger problem at night because both me and my wife are asleep. If something's pulling the sheets.
No, what I'm saying
That
is
could
like
happen.
you're the one who pulls your sheets. You're the one who.
Quick side story: I actually knew a family who lived in a haunted house.
Oh God.
Like they
And
adopted,
someone pulled their sheets.
bro. Like they adopted friggin' little Billy, little ghost Billy,
What the heck?
and like frames would fall off the walls and stuff, and they'd be like, all the guests
That's,
are like,
that's Billy. That's Billy. So I'm pretty sure that for that family, Billy got them out of bed.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. But lately, my work hours have been all over the place.
Mhm.
So, if we're talking about what gets me out of bed, it's willpower. Nothing
Yeah,
but
yeah.
willpower.
Yeah.
But because, sometimes I'll work 13-hour shifts on maybe a half-hour sleep.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then go right back
How
to
do you
it.
do that? Like,
Determinate. Well, so, the fact that I have a wife and kid to provide for now is like, it's a very strange thing, dude. I don't know how to describe it.
Mhm.
It's like, even from the moment that I found out that Gabby was pregnant, it was like the dad switch flipped on. And it's like, I have to work, I have to provide, I have to protect everything. So, like, our house is like friggin' Fort Knox right now. It's crazy. Like, so much security measures and all this stuff. And
is that why you put the security cam at your house?
yeah, so
Yeah, I
that,
was
that
wondering
actually
about that.
that serves two purposes. That's one as a security camera, but it also doubles as like a nanny cam. So like
Okay,
so we can
okay.
keep an eye on Olivia if she's touching something she shouldn't be touching,
Mhm.
like an outlet or something. But we're still far away from that. But still, it's a pretty cool thing because it also has like I can talk through it from
Right.
here. There's like a microphone and it plays my voice there.
Really?
Yeah. So like
That's
if there's
crazy.
an intruder
So
or
it's
something.
it's like a smart cam more than anything.
Yeah,
right?
but it was $25.
What?
Right? It's called
crazy.
Yi. It's friggin',
So no wonder
it's
why you
Chinese.
bought it. You're like $25.
Exactly.
Whatever, dude.
No, exactly.
Nice.
Dude, every-
China's not watching your house.
Oh,
I actually heard. Gabby told me.
Yeah.
Gabby told me about friggin' pedophiles who will like hack into
Whoa.
house
Hold on.
cameras
I did
and
not
like
know
watch
that.
your kids.
Whoa.
So
I mean, but let's
I'm
be
intentionally
honest.
walking around naked.
It's like you'd be like,
You signed into the wrong show, buddy.
Yeah, this is not.
no, but like that's crazy to think about. That people are setting up these cameras all over the world by Google, by Amazon,
Yep.
and if we know that Google, Amazon, Apple, they're quote unquote listening to us with our phones, what do you think they're doing with smart cameras?
Yeah, so what's the proof behind that, though, that they're actually listening? Because I've heard a lot of chatter about that, but I don't
Wait,
know.
if you think about it, Siri, in order for Siri to work and
She's
Google
constantly
Assistant to
listening,
be, they are
yeah, but-
constantly listening.
Right.
Now, what?
But what's the proof that they're like
question is,
storing that, you know?
Some people, they have tried having a conversation about something. They've had a conversation around a smartphone or an Alexa, and then they will get ads about some of those things that they talked about.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that's happened to me before, yeah.
So
Didn't you, when we changed churches, didn't you start getting ads for like dumpsters?
yes,
You were like looking at
yes,
trash cans because
yes,
the church needed trash cans?
Yes.
Yeah.
That did happen. So it's crazy. So I'm like, why would I like? I see the appeal of getting a smart home, but then at the same time, you're putting your whole well-being into
you're
the
wiretapping
hands,
your whole
into
house,
the
yeah.
hands of another company.
Yeah, but but think about it this way: your search history gets sold too. Like, yeah, what is it?
I stopped caring about that a long time ago.
No, because that's a lot of what brings up ads too.
Yes, Google
Anything
makes
you
their
search,
money.
anything you search.
But
Yeah.
but to go back to the topic at hand. So for you right now today, you said that providing for your family is what gets you out of bed.
100%.
And
100%.
what is the difference between Marquinhos today and Marquinhos a year and a half ago or a year ago
was an
before you
idiot,
got married?
I was stupid.
How long have you been married now for?
I haven't been buried for very long, but I've been married.
Married.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe he went and buried himself for like half an hour. I don't know, in the sand.
I
Maybe.
really couldn't help it. I watched a movie called Buried the other day. It was crazy. Sorry. Anyway,
Do tell me about it.
it's friggin' the guy that does Deadpool.
Yes.
And it's literally just him. There's no
Oh
other.
yeah,
there's
and
no
he's in the
cast.
coffin, right?
He's in the coffin.
Dude, it's the scariest
and
thing.
he dies
to
in
think
the
about.
end. Spoiler alert.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. Listen. Anyway, what was the question?
What is the difference between Marquinhos an hour ago?
Today and before I got married. Yeah,
Yes.
I've been married for going on a year now. It'll be a year, September 22nd. So, and I get brownie points for remembering that.
September 26th.
September 22nd, it'll be a year.
Actually, do you have any brownie points? Do you have any brownie points back there?
Do we have any brownies? at all.
No,
that would be
no.
nice. That would be bad. Anyway,
But we'll
we have
think
Oreos.
about it.
I know
That
we have Oreos.
Oreo
Bro.
points. There we go.
So on the topic of me being an idiot before, like I had stupid boyish routines. Like speaking of Oreos, I would buy the family pack of double stuffed Oreos and eat one whole row before I went to bed.
What?
I swear to God, I wish I
Before
would
you
make
went
this
to
up.
bed,
Oh my
As a
God.
nightly routine, I would.
I don't even know
watch-
if I could eat that much.
Bro, I would.
Maybe
The
too
only
sweet.
the only reason I wouldn't eat the whole pack is because I wanted to do it again tomorrow.
every night, every night.
Every night.
Wow.
Every night, and it became a routine. And then I realized, like, I'm getting a little heavier than.
Hold on. Did you have milk with it?
How do you have Oreos?
Yeah, I was about to say. You
That's
dip
like
it?
putting on shoes without socks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you do that. Do you do that? No, you don't do that.
But yeah,
Anyway.
so you had
Anyway.
those boys.
Yeah, so
routines and
I
stuff?
had that. I was making really good money, like fresh out of high school. Like I was out of high school and making like just under $1,000 a week, you know, for somebody who's irresponsible. So like I would pay the table bill all the time, and it was like just spending money really stupidly, you know, money that I wish I had saved now because I could get a jump on the whole buying a house thing. I'm a lot more like responsible.
The
with-
things we could have done
with
with the money that we
Oh
got
my
when
God,
we were
dude.
teenagers.
I wish I had traveled.
Oh my
I wish
God.
I had traveled.
Yeah.
Now, and like at the time, I didn't care to travel. I remember I was talking to Marcos Alves about it, and like he was like, "Dude, just go check out Europe and stuff." And I'm like, "Why would I?"
You're like, what is
Like,
where Europe got
yeah,
that America doesn't?
Yeah,
But today
yeah,
you would go.
Absolutely. I wish I had traveled alone because there's so much to learn in that, and I only found out how much you can learn through traveling when I went to my honeymoon. That was the first time I ever actually traveled, like just to relax.
Where was that?
Yeah, Punta Cana.
Punta Cana. Yeah.
Yeah, which is where people are getting like kidnapped and beaten and stuff.
Nice.
Anyway,
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
we stayed at an all-inclusive resort there, which again I had never done before. Like, I thought people would break in and steal our, like, replace our pillows and stuff. Like, it made no sense to me why they would come and clean the room and stuff like that. Like, it was all so foreign to me. It was weird, but it was gorgeous there, you know. And I had traveled to Brazil maybe a handful of times before as a kid, but that's like
Right.
to visit family. You know,
Right.
that's not a vacation.
Yeah, you're not. You're gonna be with people you know, and it's not like a new adventure type of deal.
Right. And so this was just me and my wife, you know, newlyweds, beautiful beach. We went on a bunch of day trips.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We drove like these horribly built little buggies that were gonna fall apart at any moment. It was like
Yeah.
the Mad Max type cars, you know,
Yeah.
really, really crazy. Yeah, it was really cool. And so now I see the value in that.
Right.
And I wish I had done that before, but you know what I mean? Growing up with the parents that I did, they always thought like, why spend $3,000 on a trip when you can pay off our car with $3,000?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's just not.
But hey, everything
awesome.
that you did got to the point where you are today,
Very
where
true.
you are married with a beautiful wife, about to
Very true.
have a beautiful baby girl, and you no longer sit in bed eating a whole row of Oreos right before going to sleep.
Only because I can't afford to, bro. Honestly, I wish I could.
Speaking of traveling, while I was traveling, I got a couple of beers.
Yep.
And we're going to be
So did I.
trying. Yes. But today we are going to be trying a
Yes.
beer straight from Cambodia. Now, if you thought I never thought that Cambodia would make craft beer, but I found craft beer in Cambodia. And Marquinhos has a very manly way to opening bottles, and we're about to see
We're just
this
gonna
right
smash it.
now. Please don't smash it.
Bro, I'm 5'7". I do not have the arms for this.
I was about to say, I was like,
There you
there's got to be some way to do
I'm
that.
probably gonna freaking cut myself on this.
So
Just
this
because.
is
But yeah.
a blonde ale from a brewery called what's the name of the brewery?
I don't know. Take your time.
Can you grab the?
You want me to grab it this
Yes.
time? Okay.
I'm trying to read it, the
Here,
cap
take this one.
backwards. It's called Brew Pub from a town in Siem Reap, Cambodia. And the guys, I went there. The guys were very nice. I met the brewmaster. He was like super happy for me to go there and try out their
I don't know why I'm
beers.
twirling it
But-
like it's wine.
But let me tell you.
No, yeah, actually though, do it.
Let me tell you something that I was frustrated about. You go across the world expecting some different flavors of beer, and you get there, and it's the same kind of things.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of frustrating. But anyways, so this is the blonde ale So let's take a look at the color.
So pretty much it's your like average like yellow pale kind of beer color. It's lighter than usual, but it is hazy. So yeah.
You know, speaking about my boyish ways, one time I peed in a bottle and I left it in my room for about 2 weeks.
And that's what it looked like?
This is exactly what it looked like.
Do you think
And that's
how
what
they brew the beer?
fermentation is.
Maybe. Maybe. Anyways.
All right.
Now
Let's take a smell.
Sniff it.
It smells like soap.
Almost smells lemony. Is that just me?
Yeah, it's like Febreze.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
That smells weird for an ale.
Yeah, it does.
I wouldn't say weird.
All right.
Different.
So cheers, guys.
All right, let's take a sip.
All right.
Our first beer.
Long distance cheers. Can't do falsettos. I like that a lot.
It's bitter. Definitely bitter.
But it's a bit in the beginning, not in the end.
No, it goes away.
There's a
'Cause
smooth finish.
It's like a weird like.
It's beer to me, bro.
It's beer.
I
Yes.
either like it or I don't.
Marquinhos, explain to us, describe, what are you tasting
Yeah,
right
what
now?
do you taste right now?
So, all right, I'm going to try to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
As it hits your tongue, it almost tastes like a cider. At least me. And as it goes down, it tastes like a beer. So it's really, I enjoy it.
I get what you're
that.
saying.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm sipping it
It's
really
got
slow.
the sweet notes at the top.
Sure. These friggin' terms.
Anthony's going to translate what
Sweet
you
notes,
said
yep.
into beer terms.
So I got sweet notes at the top, but then you're getting the hops on the finish. That's what it is. It's like the hops are what will push the beer taste is what you're getting, but it's a really watered down at the
Isn't
end.
that what blonde, whatever it is, means?
I
though?
do not know what blonde ale means.
I think
to
it
be honest.
means
I
that it's not
should've-
as strong.
Yeah, I should have done.
I know what a blonde roast is.
So it says light
Of
and
coffee.
delicate.
Right, yeah.
Light and delicate maltiness, low level of bitterness, floral hops aroma. I get the floral hops aroma. Low level of bitterness, it's
pretty low.
yeah, but it's the kind of bitterness that stays with you. Like my mouth feels a little bit bitter.
Well, it's because of
I
the
can
flowery
understand
notes
that.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not those really strong sense of bitterness that IPAs give you
Yeah.
Yeah.
that later go away. This is really staying with me.
No,
Yeah,
this is it. Yeah.
I've tried some beers before where it was kind of like that. What was that one called? The one that
That
angry,
were arrogant
bastard.
the one that caused Leo to swear for the first time in his life.
Just like freaking Gordon Ramsay did, dude. As soon
Yeah,
as on
dude.
Hot Ones, my
His
God.
shows are incredible.
Open that one first, please.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, but yeah, so that was a pretty good. Marquinhos, what would you rate this beer out of 5?
Out of 5?
Out of
Out of 5. We do everything
Well,
out of
I'm only
5
really
here.
familiar with like big name beers.
From
And,
the beers that you've tasted, pour if you want, pour yourself a little
dude,
bit more.
this is, I'm not gonna lie, this is a 5.
A 5.
A 5.
This is
Wow.
a 5. This is up there. This is
5
up there.
second explanation. Why is it a 5? What made it a 5 for
Because
you?
it doesn't taste like ass, dude. Because it tastes really good. I like it. You
It's like, wow, it tastes
not- well, because have you ever had a beer that makes you cringe? It's like, ugh, no, I don't.
Yeah.
This isn't. I don't like whatever this
Yeah.
is. This is not that. Like, I really enjoy it. So
It's not too much.
you can say that the hops are afterwards, and that it's lemony, and the whatever's at the top and the bottom.
At the end,
but-
it's a 5 for you.
All of that
Yeah.
makes sense. I agree with you. It tastes really good. I could drink this casually.
Now, quick question. All that beer jargon, does it enhance your beer tasting experience at all?
So, I mean, it makes sense, and it helps me understand what I'm tasting and maybe why I taste. I've always been like that. Like, I always like to understand why something is the way that it is. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I don't know that it enhances the taste, but
Okay.
it definitely helps me appreciate the beer more.
Okay.
Wow.
Now,
That's good.
Speaking about enhancing, I want to talk about something a little bit
Sounds like a
different.
Viagra commercial.
He's like, what kind of
This
Viagra?
beer- This beer will enhance your sexual performance.
No, our sponsor, Viagra.
That would make more sense than the commercials. Have you seen the commercials? It's like a guy's car breaks down and he pours water over it, and Viagra comes up. It's like,
What?
okay,
That's exactly what Viagra is
is that
for.
why it's not working? He overheated.
Oh my god, that's funny. But speaking of enhancing, we're gonna switch gears a little bit
All right,
at our the last half
Yeah,
of the episode.
last half already.
Crazy, right? It's
Wow.
flying by. I want to ask something. Trump, has it
Wonderful.
enhanced your experience,
And your sex.
your American experience?
And your sex.
I was thinking about the question. I remembered how stupid that was. Anyway, I think
I know it's a loaded question.
Listen,
Yeah.
if we're being honest here,
Sure.
Yes.
and there are going to be people who jump on here and say, "Oh my God, he's the not."
No, just whatever you feel.
That is a good point, Marquis, that you're making.
I think it enhanced all of our experiences as Americans.
Okay.
Because up until not too long ago, nobody cared about politics.
Okay.
And there's, like I said, it's the internet. Somebody's going to be on here. I cared about it since I was born. No, okay, that's fine. You're an anomaly. But the vast,
Democrat.
Yeah,
When you were 5, did you say, I want to be the president?
Yeah. Like,
I want to be a
we
Republican.
all know that children
I
are
want to be
tuning
a
into the
Democrat.
debates. Definitely.
Yeah.
But I think that the wave of let's hate Trump came on so strong that now everybody's into politics. And whether, you know what I mean, whether I think you're right or wrong, that doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is that significantly more people now want to know about politics.
Yeah.
And it's because, like it or hate it, Trump came along.
Yeah.
Lord knows how he won. I think you know what I mean?
That's great.
No, I do not know what you mean. So please
great.
explain. Why do you think?
I think Trump won because Hillary was the worst candidate of all time.
Okay.
I think
Do you think Bernie was better?
I think let's not get started on Bernie, bro.
I was
By
gonna
the
say
way,
because it's either Hillary or Bernie.
Let's not get
Little
started
trip on
Bernie
memory
percent
lane.
tax
Remember
rates.
all the conversations that we had about Hillary and Trump back then, and Bernie and
I
stuff
do.
like that?
I
Because
do.
back then I was like a blue
Yeah.
Democrat.
I
Like,
remember.
all
I told you this a
left.
while ago. You said we were arguing about Calvinism
Yeah.
and Christianity
okay.
and whether or not you believe in predestination, blah blah blah. And Andre, I told Gabby this yesterday actually, and Andre
Sure.
said verbatim, "I don't like to label myself because it limits conversations, but the only label I like to wear is Democrat." I was like, and at the time I wasn't into politics, but I thought this freaking guy.
Yeah, I know. It's this
And
dude.
I'm pretty sure you thought not freaking. You thought of something else.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to say freaking because I plan on being a pastor someday. I can't have.
I'll say
the
for
worst
you,
I'm allowed to
this
say on here
fucking
is-
guy. That's what he thought. But
This is
going
really good, by the
back,
way. I'm really enjoying this.
I know,
going
this
back
is great.
going back to Trump, you said that Trump opened up the gates for more people to enjoy, to start talking and getting an interest of politics, start talking about politics.
Yep.
Now, do you think that has improved the relations between left and right, and
no.
has it actually
Not at all.
improved the conversation?
Let me just get this out of the way. I'm not an expert by any means.
Oh, I know.
I
All of this is your
Yeah,
opinion.
let us put that out there. Okay,
Yeah, I don't think
we're
any of
not
us here are,
experts
yeah.
at all.
none of
So
us.
do not
it's-
come to us for advice
this
unless
is-
you like the opinions of just random
This is
average.
mostly just educated
Joe.
guesses.
Yeah.
But I don't think, as far as I can tell,
Mhm.
I don't think left and right have hated each other this much ever. You know, even like pre-Bush, I don't think they hated each other. this
Even
much.
during Bush,
Yeah, well,
like I think what it was like the Democrats didn't don't want to have. I think there was a backlash of the economy on Bush. I think that's what it was. That
this beer's making me burp like all hell.
the economy during Bush made everyone hate him,
Mm-hmm.
and then the wars and whatnot that added on to it.
Well, that was another funny thing about Trump was that everybody said
Thank
like,
you.
That was another funny thing about Trump was that everybody said like, oh, if he wins, then the economy is gonna go down the toilet.
Yeah.
And then fast forward a few years, and everyone's like, oh, this is
We're getting by.
yeah, he has nothing to do with the booming economy. It's like,
Yeah, and then
well, stop being disingenuous here.
Because one of the things that I like about you
Yes,
is
sir.
that sometimes you like to throw fuel to the fire just to stir some
Oh,
conversation.
100%.
And
Even if I don't agree with what I'm saying.
you're infamous for some of your
This is true.
Facebook posts. So tell me.
I had to.
We had to
calm
go
down.
back to that,
I had to
right?
calm down because Gabby asked me to calm down. It
Oh,
was-
okay.
Yeah.
What was
Especially on Facebook.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
what
Anyway.
was thus far? What was the best exchange that you've had on Facebook about Trump?
About Trump?
Yes.
Not much, bro. Because I don't really like. I'm not. I support Trump because I support the president.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I support Trump the way that like Jon Snow supports the throne. You know what I mean?
I don't want it.
I don't care who's there. I just hope
McQueen.
I just hope that they do well.
Yeah.
You know, I was for Obama because he was the president.
Mhm.
I'm for Trump because he's the president. I hope that whoever's there, if Hillary were there, I'd be a little disappointed, but I would hope
A
that she
little.
does well.
I mean, a
You know,
little.
I would hope that she wouldn't mess it up too bad. So, I forgot.
I mean,
the
yeah,
question.
because they have the buttons.
What was
Well,
the best?
yeah, well, they have a few of the buttons. I would
Yeah,
hope that
yeah,
they're
yeah.
scattered out. That Trump can't just sign something
don't
and
know.
send nukes out.
I mean, I don't know.
What was the best
know how it works
exchange
over
you've
there.
had?
Yeah.
on
Okay. Yeah,
Facebook?
that's right. So, not much about Trump because I don't really argue for him, you know. But I've had a lot of exchanges on like whether or not gun control works or like whether or not abortion is bad. Which your talk on abortion, I was like screaming at this at the phone because I was trying to get my opinion heard.
I know.
But that's for a
I
later.
mean,
that's for a later
probably
podcast.
Apple knows what you said, but we didn't.
Apple has heard me say a lot of messed up stuff. But
Oh, Apple, please,
Yeah,
please be good to us.
no, sometimes I'll be like alone in the car and I'll say something ridiculous that I know is ridiculous, but I'll like give a disclaimer even though I'm alone in the car. Like I don't actually mean that, government. Sorry,
Government.
but
Well,
mean,
what has
they're hearing
been so
everything.
then? What has been the funniest exchange that you've had on Facebook about something political in the past 2 years?
Oh Jesus, dude, it's been so.
I know that you've had
Oh my
many,
God,
but
it's been
when
so
you think
many.
about that, what's one that maybe pops in your
The
pops in your head?
funniest one of the funniest ones to me is people. Oh my God, here we go. Is people who think that getting rid of all guns is gonna get rid of all the problems in America.
Okay.
And there are people. Oh no, I'm sorry. One of the funniest ones was a guy who was 110% sure that in the academy, police officers are trained to be racist.
They're not.
Huh.
They're trained.
Even black police officers.
Yeah, even black presidents, man.
black presidents.
Even-
Those
even-
the
yeah.
most. But
Even
those are
dude,
definitely.
the other day I got pulled over by a Brazilian police officer in
Right.
Somerville because I
Okay.
did whatever it was that I did. And
No-
he
no.
let me go. He said, the only reason I'm letting you go is because you're the only person I stopped this month that has a valid driver's license.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
That bad then?
I guess, yeah.
That's
I mean, it's freaking
No,
Somerville.
around this month, it's between September and August and October that like a ton of licenses are going.
I think what he meant
I
was
wonder why
something
that
else
is.
though.
that are expired.
Anyway, yeah. So I had a debate with a person about that, but it was very short lived because anytime somebody uses terms like every and all, you know what I mean? There's no.
Those blanket statements.
Yeah, there's no arguing with somebody like that. They're made up. They made up their mind. They're stupid. What gets on my nerves is when people say stuff that is misinformed, and because then people who follow them are usually stupider than them, and so they'll believe it implicitly.
You do know that even though you're whispering, people are still gonna hear you on the
I'm well
internet.
aware.
You're like, hush,
No.
Let me tell you.
No, it's
trying
different when you say it like this because it doesn't sound so intimidating when you say.
to get people to listen
Yeah.
closely. That's what it is.
Yes, continue. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I've had a bunch of stupid debates, and I decided lately that it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Social media debate. Like the other day, I got into it with a friend, and the friend of mine posted on Twitter. He said, "Why do you think that the political climate is so divided nowadays?" or whatever it was that he asked. And then I screenshot something that he posted a few months ago,
Okay.
saying like, "Oh, police officers aren't fit to carry guns. That's what America has to do
What?
to be safe or whatever. And I'm assuming, like, he's intelligent enough that I'm assuming he's kidding.
Yeah.
You know? But I screenshot it and I posted it as a response to that. And I said, well, because sometimes horribly misinformed people say silly stuff like this, and then people who are dumber than the horribly misinformed person will believe it and start voting for things that will enact that. You understand? So that becomes a whole ordeal. And he's like wanted to argue about it on Twitter, and I didn't entertain the argument. I commented that, and then my next comment was, you have my phone number, just give me a call. And then I DM'd him my phone number, and I said, I'm waiting for the call. I don't know when your lunch break is, but I drive alone in the car all day. I can take a call whenever you want.
Right.
So I'm actually going to be giving him a call tomorrow because I guess he's been busy or whatever. I don't want to assume he's dodging my calls. But.
Yeah.
And then he hears this a week later, and he's like,
yeah, he's probably going to hear it tonight, whatever. But friggin', you're out there.
I will cover you.
But yeah, I mean, it's been plenty of stuff, and I've decided that it's stupid. Nobody's going to be convinced over a social media debate. No one's going to be convinced over a meme. So I quit it, and I stick to stuff like this, one-on-one conversations. I try to tell people that statistically speaking, the more law-abiding citizens carry a firearm, the safer the location is.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, this is coming from a guy who was raised by a mother that, não, mas fulano de tal tava carregando uma arma e a arma disparou. Which is friggin', sorry. Like,
Yeah, please
translation is,
which is, I know somebody who was carrying a gun and the gun just went off by itself. Like, no, it didn't. That doesn't happen. Maybe.
it was the little boy in the haunted house.
Yeah. What?
It was the little boy that did
I was
it.
about to agree with you. Oh,
yeah,
I see.
Yeah, the
I
little
see.
boy. Going
Yeah,
back. Nice. Connections.
No, but
Yes.
maybe there's a 1 in a million chance that could happen with a shotgun if you keep it loaded and it falls just the right way. It'll go off, but then there's just that one round. The story is always
just one.
Yeah, and friggin', I remember another older woman. I didn't even ask for her opinion, but she sat me down and said, "Let me tell you why I'm against guns." And I thought, okay, here we go.
Boy.
And she was an old lady. Like I can't argue out of respect.
Yeah.
And then she said, first of all, if you're a Christian, you don't need a gun. God's protecting you.
Okay.
And to which I replied, okay, but do you lock your doors at night? Just rip them all off then. It's fine.
Don't have doors. Why
God
do you
is
need a door?
protecting you. It's fine.
Look, go out, live out in the streets instead.
Exactly. It's
Well,
fine.
don't have life insurance.
Anyway,
don't
yeah.
have health insurance.
Yep.
Don't have car
car
insurance.
Don't go to the
insurance.
doctors.
It's fine.
Don't drive
Anyway.
in a car. Walk.
It's hypocrisy. It's logical inconsistencies that is led by fear.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So anyway, and then the second argument was, even if there's not a bullet in the gun, the Satan will put a gullet in the bun, a bullet in the gun to make it go off and make something happen and blah blah blah.
Right.
To which I thought, friggin', okay, show me an example of when that happened, and I'll believe you. I'll just keep sipping the beer.
That is.
It's frustrating.
Frustrating.
It's frustrating. And like, I'm not fully right. Me and my wife are not all the way on the right.
Are you sure?
We are. I'm damn sure. Well, because, and I think just to rewind and get back to the topic.
Sure.
You asked, like, why is everything so divided or whatever? And like, do people hate each other now more than ever? I think was somewhat the question. And I think now more than ever, people's opinions disagree like drastically.
Mm-hmm.
You either want to ban all guns or you want everybody to carry one.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You either want a complete free market where whatever, or you want socialism. So
That's it. Yeah.
And again, I don't understand either of those two things, especially about the economy. 100%. But I know that usually a 70% tax rate is not a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it only affects people over a certain tax bracket. But okay, yes, but then at some point you getting a promotion is you taking a step back.
Yep.
You understand?
Every time you get a promotion, you're giving more money to the government.
And so then it was something stupid like if you make over 200,000 and you're getting taxed at, and this math is going to be wrong. It's like getting taxed at like 80%. You're only going to be making like $2,000 a week or whatever that is, or whatever the math is there. Someone's going to bash me for that. But it's like, there's no reason why somebody would want to be a business owner and hope that their business blows up if they're not going to make any money off it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
There's no point.
You're making more money doing less work.
Exactly.
Now, do you think that Trump has caused this rift between left and right?
I think Trump's a douche who doesn't care what he says. And so I don't know that he caused it. I think people really enjoy being outraged.
Yeah.
And Trump gave them something to be outraged about.
Speaking of being outraged, watch the Chappelle special on David Chappelle special on Netflix. Sticks and Stones.
I saw a clip about it.
People were
of it
losing their mind.
I saw a clip of it. It was saying like, he said something like, "Who's the most difficult person to entertain?" And everybody was like, "Oh, Republicans or whatever." And he was like, "No, it's you. It's because you guys friggin' be offended by everything."
Yeah, it was
something like that.
Well,
I don't know.
That's usually what comedians like. The consensus is, if you go and you are speaking to people that get triggered easily, it's like the worst show that they've ever had. But if you go to people that are like, well, like we'd rather just joke about these things and not really care too much about it, and know that when I'm there, it's like if I get like, if he's joking about me, I know it's a joke.
Yeah.
Where people take things like too seriously and they're like triggered, like, you can't talk to me like that. You can't talk to people like that. That's not right.
That's the thing, is people getting over it. People always fishing for something to be.
They're looking.
About,
they're looking for something to be triggered about, and it literally takes the fun out of everything.
Everything.
You can't have fun anymore.
Yep.
You literally cannot do anything, say anything, or even, throw an idea out there, a thought out there without the fear
without
of
being
coming
racist,
back. No,
xenophobic,
the fact
Islamophobic, homophobic, all the
exactly.
phobics.
When we started the podcast, we set out like, hey, we want to have sometimes some edgy conversations.
Yeah.
We want to be able to ask those things. But one of the things that we had to sit down and talk about was like, are we ready for the possible backlash?
Absolutely.
Or
I don't care.
or the fact that we're probably going to have to explain ourselves and stuff like that. And that's why we did this just now. We had to explain ourselves and make sure that people knew that we're being very direct about our intentions.
And that's the
of this
problem with
conversation.
the internet, is the extremely vocal minority.
So maybe the problem, to wrap it up, I think that what we can come to understanding here, maybe the problem is not so much Trump. Maybe the problem is the internet as a tool. Is that let me know what you think. In like a quick thought. What do you think about this? Because I've been thinking about this for a while. The internet is great, but at the same time, the internet, social media, and stuff like that gives a voice to those that maybe shouldn't be speaking out. Too many voices in the ring.
I agree with you. But that's also a matter of free speech.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who should or shouldn't be speaking out. It's their right to say whatever it is that they want.
Yes.
Oh my God, but that's racist. It doesn't matter. He should be allowed to say it.
Yes.
Because the moment you start dictating what people can and can't say.
I am not trying to take your freedom of free speech
We're getting closer
out of your hands.
and closer to North Korea.
I 100% agree. There are some white supremacist idiots out there who now have a platform because of social media that they shouldn't have.
But the funny thing is like it didn't even start with social media though. They were like blog posts, like,
right, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
way
I think
long time
social
ago
media was
because
like
of
the
that.
gasoline to the fire that just spread
The internet,
everything
yeah,
and
absolutely.
lit
And
up.
so, in terms of like a platform, that's what the internet is.
No.
And I don't know if you've watched Bo Burnham's special, Make Happy, but
no.
towards the end of it, he talks about how social media was the market's answer to a generation that demanded to perform. Because we, at least the millennial generation, generally, no, but that wasn't me. Generally, there's always somebody. Generally, we were told that your opinion matters. People want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And then you grow up to find out that
Nobody cares. Yeah.
nobody
no one
cares who you are. You don't matter.
Yeah.
But
anybody
nowadays,
except your parents.
you do. Because if you do something, you can be a nobody, or you can be somewhat of a somebody. If you do something that is slightly offensive or egregious, they're gonna cancel you.
Yeah.
And
Right.
everyone cares about it, and everyone makes a hashtag about it. And when I said, hey, people should have a voice, is that some people should have a great of a following as they have, having other people that might not be as smart, maybe as intelligent, following. You know what I mean?
Who have the information,
as
who are
well
more
informed,
informed.
not as well as smart, but as well informed.
How
Yeah, more
easily
fun.
is it for you to blow up because you did something outrageous that pissed people off versus how easy is it for you to blow up because you did something really good? Because you feed the homeless every Saturday.
We know
Right.
that
Nobody
because we
cares.
tried blowing up by talking
I know.
Nobody-
abortion.
Abortion,
Nobody
yeah.
cares.
No one cares.
But
but
Mike
Business.
is too.
but yeah,
too-
so it's been so that exact conversation has been a conversation that we've always had. But this has
it.
been amazing, Marquinhos.
But before
Thank
you
you
go,
guys for
hold
having
on.
me.
Marcos,
Hold on.
the Owl Alves.
I want you to try this candy right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Before you go, open it up. It is a durian candy.
What's it called?
Durian?
Durian.
Durian.
Durian
Recipe
candy.
by King Powder. This sounds like cocaine.
Yeah, take a
King
whiff.
powder?
Take a whiff first.
It's a sniff first, and then eat.
Sniff it.
Sniff first, then eat.
Oh, it's waxy. I like waxy candy. Oh my God, what is this?
It's durian. Durian is a fruit that is very popular in Asia.
It's actually
describe the
people
smell.
eat- people eat
Two
this
words.
fruit.
Describe the smell because some people are only going to be listening to the audio.
yeah. What does it smell like?
It smells like my underwear at the end of playing basketball.
All right, now eat it. Just the whole thing.
The whole thing. Eating a piece doesn't help.
Just wait. But yeah, Anthony,
Yeah.
sorry, you were about
I'm
to
not.
close
So
out.
Marcos,
There's
Marcos.
not a chance in hell I'm doing that. There's not a chance in hell I'm doing
By the
that.
way,
What? Are you serious?
Oh my God, what is
that-
What happened?
What is that?
That was literally like
You tried to poison me. That's what happened.
that was like 15 seconds.
It wasn't
man.
even 15.
That's awesome.
That was
Marcos,
a disaster.
thank you so much for joining us at the Yet to Be Named podcast. And we love that you are our very first guest on our podcast.
And our very
Just-
first guest who tried the durian
Oh
candy.
my God,
Just
it
so
tastes like
you know,
rotten
it-
mangoes.
Dude, it doesn't go away. You're gonna have a long night, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you really enjoyed this episode of the Yet to Be Named podcast, season 2, the very first one, leave a like. If you'd like to see something different, if you want to be a part of it, if you want to be a part of the conversation, please leave a comment down below. And we will answer.
Tasted
We will
in the back
talk
of
to
my
you.
nose.
We like talking to people.
Exhale.
You know, we are also going to be up on. We're also up on Spotify. We're up on Google Play, and we're also going to be up on iTunes just for listeners.
If you want a durian candy, DM me. We'll
No,
send you
don't
one.
DM them. You
Don't
don't
do
want
it.
it. Anyways,
Don't do
and
it.
follow us on Instagram. We're on Instagram. We update our Instagram. It's awesome over there. We got some cool stuff going on over there. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Cheers.
Jesus Christ. Goodbye.